Hey folks, thanks for stopping by. Hey, if you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button down there. That'll help us out. And if you hadn't subscribed, we greatly appreciate it if you consider doing that as well. Now here we go. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Hey, this week we're camping at Oak Mountain State Park. It's right outside of Pelham, Alabama, right off I-65. So if you're traveling I-65, it's pretty convenient to just pull off the interstate, jump over here and camp for the night, and then head on to your destination. So it's pretty convenient there. But it's we'll take you around this park and show you a little more about it, but it's mostly going to focus on the campground. They do have 65 RV sites and 66 tent sites. So it just recently got renovated in the past year or so. So they've all the RV sites have 30, 50 amp hookups, water and sewer. So full hookups. That's pretty neat at a state park. In the 66 tent sites, several of them do have water and electricity at the tent sites as well. But it's, and they've got, as far as tent camping, they've got the gravel pads, and I'll have a lantern hanger and picnic table, and some of them even have the barbecue grills at them, the ones that, you know, is closer to the road. Some of the tent sites you have to hike in, you know, a little ways too. Just throw your stuff in a wagon, you'll be all right. You can pull it on up there. But it's well laid out. They've done a lot of work and put a lot of money in this campground. We're going to take you around and show you what it looks like. You know, as we were researching this campground to try to get an idea what some of the renovated sites look like, it was not a lot of information out there on the YouTube or the internet, and you know, I was just kind of trying to get an idea. But you know, there was a couple out there. I think Ralph Mann, the Man's Outdoors, did one, and there may have been one or two more, but I kind of wanted to go around and, you know, show a little more detail in the site. So if you're looking to come here, that at least you can check out that video and get an idea of what the sites look like. So y'all come go along with us, and here we go. All right, we're going to take a look at some of the hookups here, as we normally do. You see, they got water, they got sewer, and they have your 30, 50, and the 110. And all these pedestals do have a light on them, so if you're trying to hook up at night, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is in B Loop right here, but I think there's 9 or 10 handicap sites, which have concrete. And then of course they got the little sidewalk heading up to the bathhouse for people to be able to access the bathhouse. So yeah, it's they've got it fixed pretty nice. And of course, most of the other sites are the gravel, crushed gravel. And they are laid out nice for you, not right on your neighbor. All right, this is the bath and laundry house over on Loop B. As you can see to the left, they have a nice pavilion. I'm sure you can rent that out, and those doors raise up to give you a little air through there during the warmer months. They've got like a wash station here with a deep tub. Even got a couple vending machines. Pretty cool. Go in here and take a look in the laundry. Feels good in here. My glasses fogged up. It's warm. Looks like they got 4 washers and a couple dryers. $1.50 to wash and $1.50 to dry. So not too bad. Walk on down here, take a look in one of the restrooms. They do have individual restrooms, so that's pretty convenient. Here it is. Of course, they have your toilet, your sink, even provide hand soap. No paper towels, just the air dryer, which is pretty sanitary. Take a look at the shower, some hooks, and it is handicap accessible, so very clean too. So pretty cool. All right, let's keep on going. All right, this is one of the tent sites that I was talking about. You have B3 and B4. And they actually have parking spaces designed for each site, so pretty cool. Let's walk up here and take a closer look. Just in case you're interested in tent camping, which we like doing as well. You see, you've got your water spigot. Got another water spigot. This is B4 here. Has a picnic table, fire ring, grill, lantern post, and your tent pad. And as I mentioned earlier in the intro, I believe, has the concrete wall around part of it, so gives you a little bit of privacy, it feels like. Yeah, B4 and B3 tent sites. All right, as you enter into the campground, you'll stop here at the newly built store and office, check in, and there's 2 loops. You got loop A, goes down that way, then loop B that we're staying in goes down that way. So pretty cool. And right here as you exit, if you need it for some reason, you got the campground dump station. All right, here at the check-in station, they do have a few things here. They've got some ice, and they've got some firewood, in case you need some firewood. They do have a few souvenirs and drinks in the store. Tammy looking for a magnet, and we collect a magnet at each place we go. And most importantly, they got ice cream. So yeah, just a few things, but pretty neat. And they do have complimentary coffee. Said a few sweatshirts, jackets, pullovers, hiking sticks. And look at those cool fire pokers. That's pretty neat. All right, as you enter into Loop A, first 2 sites are tent sites, A1 and A2. And they're situated along a little creek down there, so here we go, Loop A. more tent sites. And you got a few that's kind of up on the hill there. One of the ones that I mentioned that may have to walk a little ways to. But you got A1 RV site right there. And you've got A2. Got A3 right there. And you got some more tent sites along the creek. Alright, you got A4 as a pull through. And right next to that at A5 is a little short back end. And you got some more tent sites up on the hill. Some of these sites over here on the A loop are kind of short, so if you got a big long camper, there's A6 right there, another pull through. You might want to consider staying on the B side. There's some more tent sites. That one seems pretty popular because it's close to the road. But they've got all these in the middle here. Then you've got more tent sites here. And something that's pretty cool, you have access to one of the lakes that's here. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but they do have 4 lakes. So all right, let's keep on going. All right, you got A13 right there, the pull through. And my numbering may get off a little bit, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. There's the bathhouse over in Loop A, similar to the one in Loop B. It just doesn't have the pavilion. So there's A14. Got more tent sites on this side. There's an access road down to the lake right next to A15. There's A16. You can see they're pretty short. A17 right there. A18. Where that camper bus is A19. That's a pull through. Alright, there's A20 where that Summerland is. We'll come back around the other way. That's parking for tent sites. There's A21 right there. A22. A23 where that big Brinkley is, so they got that thing in there. And that's A24, A25. That Imagine is, that's A26. And that truck camper is A27. And squirrel crossed right in front of me. Alright, as we're leaving Loop A, you got A12 right there. A11. It looks like the numbers are going backwards now, so just bear with me on that. A10's a pull through. And of course you got more tent sites right across the road from them. And then you've got A9, pretty short. And And then A8 right there. Big Class A. So we're going to be A7. Looks like they're here for a while. They got a big pile of wood. And hopefully that got them all right there. Alright, that wraps up Loop A. We're going to go here to Loop B. But right across from the office, we've got a real nice playground. Maybe I won't trigger the gate. And then right next to the playground, they got a high fence dog park. So looks like they got it all covered. As you can see, they got these Wi-Fi stations all through the campground. And for campground Wi-Fi, I'm really impressed. It works well. Then right before you head into B Loop, you've got it's called the Light Trail. It's a little flat trail that you can hike and bike along. It's about 0.7 of a mile, so it's pretty easy. Nice little stroll. We took it yesterday and checked out the cabin, see what they look like, and we'll take you over there and show you them here shortly. They have their own private lake over there, so that's pretty cool. That's one of the 4 lakes that I'd mentioned here. So if any of you is watching the video and say, no, they don't have but 3 lakes. Yeah, they got a hidden one with the cabins. Some more tent sites down by the creek. Let's go up here and check out 3 through 26. All right, that's B3. B4. B5, big pull through. B6, right there. And just to let you know, the pull throughs are more expensive than the back end. So, well, we got a back end. We got B7 there. Camper van is, and you got the big pull through, B8. B9, where that Class A is. Right there. And you got B10. B11. And then you got a big pull through is this B12 right here. Let me slow down a little bit here. All right, that's B13 right there. B14 where that Tank Ranger is. B15 right there. B16. B17. B18. Morning. B19. B20. B21 where that Catalina is. B22 Copper Canyon is. These over here have a few more trees, so that's what we picked over here. B23 is right there. B24 is where that North Point is. I know I'm going kind of quick, but I don't want to jam on my brakes on the bike. Flip over, there's B25. B26 right there. Alright, then we're going to loop around. There's some more tent sites right there. There we are. We're in B35. Got some nice, even got handicap tent sites with paved concrete walkways to the tent sites. So pretty nice. There's the bathhouses again. B Loop. Boy, Oh, it's a nice, peaceful morning. All right, we're gonna go up here and take a look at 27 through 39. I'll put this down in a slower gear. All right, there's B27 right there. You see that's all concrete, handicap accessible. Same thing with B28. And you got B29 right there where that Tiffany is. Boy, that's a nice looking older RV. And of course the handicap's situated right across from the back house. Tammy finally got up, moving around, riding up into B30. And you got B31 right there. B32, which is really close to the bathhouse. And you got B33. And then B34, which ends the handicap accessible sites. And I mentioned we're in B35. B36 where that Alliance is. And you got B37 right there. B38. And then B39. We're gonna go back around the loop and I'll show you sites 1 and 2 since I missed them coming in. If you circle around the back of the campground, it'll take you right by sites 1 and 2. And you see the creek with the bridge and going down to the lake there. And you're just surrounded by hills and woods. And of course this park is Alabama's largest state park at almost 12,000 acres, so it's pretty good size. Just to give you an idea how big it is, when you come in the front gate, it's still 5.3 miles to the campground. So there's not many state parks that's 5.3 miles long. So it's pretty big. And hiking trails, mountain bike trails, and this park is pretty popular for road bikes as well. So just keep that in mind. They do have bike lanes out on the main roads that you can get in and be safe. You're riding your bike. All right, what we have here is B2. It's pull through. And it's on the exit road. You leave out Loop B. And there's B1. Right there where that big eagle is. There's another tent site right there, B7. All right, here's the dumpsters as you exit in the campground. Dump off your trash. And I did notice they got a sign. All right, as I mentioned earlier, the front entrance is 5.3 miles from where you turn to go to the campground. We're gonna ride down here and look at the cabins. They have a BMX track here. They got a day use area with a beach, and just a word of note, the campground has a beach as well that's only accessible from the campground for the campers. So they've got an excellent golf course here, and got a grill in the pro shop there as well. So plenty to do, plenty of hiking trails, biking trails, walking trails, you name it, they got it. So probably one of the best state parks we've ever been to. All right, as I mentioned earlier, they do have bike lanes throughout the park, so this bikers are a safe place to ride their bikes. Alright, we're gonna go down here and check out the cabins. See if we can get across this road without getting ran over. And they got a sign too. Morning. Alright, made it down to the cabin area. And if I ain't mistaken, we rode down here yesterday and I think there's about 10 cabins, so. And I wouldn't call them rustic, but I would call them cabins. So that's cabin 1. Got a little work area up there. Cabin 2. Cabin 3. I don't know if you noticed, but each cabin has paddles and life preserves, life jackets outside each one of them. Cabin's 4. I'll explain that in a minute. And there's the lake. So it's pretty nice. They have a pavilion here, right by the lake. They got an old school playground. I bet that's a metal slide too. Ooh, burn that honey. There's a pavilion right on the edge of the lake. Got the little creek flowing into it. That's pretty. Let's go up the hill here. Here's some hard breathing, just don't pay attention to it. Hey, with the e-bikes, you gotta pedal a little bit. All right, that's cabin 5 right there. That's cabin 6. That's cabin 7. That's my brakes. Cabin 8 right in front of us. We'll park right here and walk down here to the dock. Cabin 9 and cabin 10, all along the lake. Pretty cool. Let's go down here to the dock. As I mentioned earlier about the life jackets and the paddles, well, they got canoe. They got flat bottom john boats that you can use. So that's what the life jackets and the paddles are for. Oh, this is a nice dock too. As you can see it, way back in there, and there's a trail all the way around it. That trail actually leads to the BMX track. So I hear a dove cooing this morning. But yeah, cabins are in a beautiful setting. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up the video here at Oak Mountain State Park, right outside Pelham, Alabama. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hopefully it had some helpful tips in it, and maybe some of the videos show you some of the camping sites if you're interested in that, and the beautiful cabins that they have here as well. So as we say when we're planning our next new adventure, why not go stay at Alabama's largest state park?